Hi, I'm Tom Hetzel, Ride Designs, showing the next video regarding special applications of the FlexLoc hardware for interfacing of the Ride custom back to situations other than the traditional tubular back canes. One of the beauties of the new multi-axial hardware, the FlexLoc system, is the ability to separate the receivers for the mounting pins from the clamp. What you see here, I think we'll go ahead and tilt the camera forward now so you can get a better view of the hardware rather than my ugly mug. Excellent. Now, what you see here is a FlexLoc system with the optional quick release mechanism and the clamps. If you're putting your FlexLoc system onto, typically it's a reduced shear recline system. I'm going to be demonstrating the 3G system by Permobil, but we have instructions and options for other popular interfaces as well. Call us at Ride Designs for specific information. This information will also be available online very soon. Thank you. What we'll do is you'll get, instead of clamps, you can request what are called the adapter plates. These adapter plates are the same receivers, but instead of bolted to a clamp, they're bolted to these plates. Now I'm going to begin by showing how this works on the Permobil 3G system. It's really very simple. Your Permobil 3G system with the back canes, you can order this, ask Permobil to send it without the tubular back canes. So you have the 3G system center mounting system, but with your sliding plates that you would actually mount the back canes to. You don't need the back canes. Get rid of them. Unless, of course, you're mounting something else to those as well, too. You're simply going to take your mounting plates, and with the screws provided, you can even use the ones that were with Permobil if you're retrofitting. You're going to put it in the top two or the bottom two. Typically it's going to be the bottom two. I'm sorry about that confusion there. Screw the adapter plate with the receivers attached to the Permobil platform. Tighten those tighten those screws down. Tighten those screws down. You now have a real nice clean interface to the 3G system. At this point, I will want to make sure that we can get access to as much of the adjustments on the FlexLoc as possible. Now, if you envision this being your 3G system, we've got to now drop the FlexLoc hardware into the receivers and you're ready to go. You've got access to your pivot screws, but you don't have access to your width adjustment screws. So what you want to do, so you can make sure you can tighten everything down once the back is installed, is you want to change the orientation of these width adjustment screws to the top. And this is a very simple operation too. Notice I'm still using only one tool. On the back, the set screws all the way out. These are my width adjustment set screws identified by the sticker on the front of the FlexLoc. I'm going to back these all the way out. I am going to now slide, reverse. Okay, now everything is facing up. My releases, my pivot screws, and my set screws. Simply run your set screws, which you'll see when you take those out already have a Loctite patch. Run those down in. I keep them loose until you actually get it on the chair, so it'll just fall right into place. Now you're ready to put this onto the 3G system or any other surface mounted system. I highly recommend when doing an interface to the 3G or another seat pan or a back pan that you do order the quick release. And the reason for this is right now I can adjust my range of motion. If you look at the thickness of the FlexLoc hardware all the way back, if you're familiar with the original multi-axial hardware, it used up a lot of seat depth on these reclined chairs. So we've reduced that significantly, but you do want to add in a couple extra inches of seat depth on your reclined chairs to make room for the back and the hardware. Call us if you have any questions. So but the thing is I can now access all of my adjustments with the exception of my back angle, right? So I may go on to the chair initially with the back angle loosened so I can move it, but it'll have some resistance. Figure out where it needs to be, pop it off, tighten your angle screws. Drop your hardware back into place, and you are ready to go. One thing I recommend you do, the important thing with a reclined system is that we get the bottom of the back as close to the pivot for the recline mechanism on the chair as possible. So if you can imagine this being mounted to the chair, and I've had to bring the hardware forward to deal with a unique shape, for instance, what I can do is I can open the back angle on the chair, but then close the back angle on the FlexLoc hardware to bring the bottom of the back closer to the bottom of the 3G system or other reduced shear recline systems. So you can kind of fool the chair and get that seat depth maxed out. I'm hoping that makes sense. Feel free to call us, 866-781-1633. Ask for customer care. Ask for the engineering department with your challenging interface questions, and we'll get you taken care of.